All right, so now we're back into Google Classroom, and I'll actually go to the main screen so you can see. Now, I have different clients and I have my school lunches, so this is a lot. But note that you can create your own Google Classroom. Number one, once you log in, you have this awesome plus sign here. I'm going to put an arrow there, right? You click on that and you select add. I'm going to go ahead and click it so we can walk through it together. And notice that it has the option to join class or create class. So for you, you're going to create class. And then Google Classroom is going to let you know that you actually can get Google Suite as a free option from an educational institution. And part of that process is you would have to verify your website. So I'm just letting you know that is a part of it. And that's the warning, or not warning, the alert you will get. So then you would definitely make sure you click I've read it, and then you would click continue to go ahead into um, creating that. So I'm gonna go back because I've already done that. Also notice on this plus sign, your students can join your class. So then when I can put the class code here. You will get a class code when you create one, and you can actually give it to your students. Normally what I do is put it in a welcome packet for the students. So I just wanted to give you that little short intro to how you can do this on your own. Okay, I'm here if you need me, and there's 3 different ways I can support you. But right now I want to show you what you can do and the benefits, and why I think this is a good platform to use online. So I'm going to go ahead and select one of my classes, and notice that this is what we call the stream. So I'm going to show you and highlight that at the very top. That's what I was showing you in the PowerPoint. This is the stream. All right. And the stream, I would say, is like your dashboard. It's your message center, if you would, very computer type terms. Notice here, I'm going to select, this is your code. So this is the code that is generated when I created that classroom, just like I showed you. You could customize it if you want. I usually don't bother, but you can. All right, and this is the code in which you can put on your students' orientation packet so that they know how to join it. All right, and then I want you to see that you have the ability to put in a message here. So notice it says share something with the class. So usually I'm putting in encouragement. I'm reminding them, hey, don't forget to complete your assignments. We do have a test on this day, et cetera, et cetera. If you want to add some other content, like sometimes I will use this as a discussion board. Like, if you've been in college, how they would have us discuss and respond to each other comments. So I may add a video based on the discussion. Maybe we're talking about Alzheimer's and dementia. So I actually can get on YouTube. I can link something here if I have to link, or I can get on YouTube and I can search for a specific video that I have in mind, and I can add that to here. So you have a few options here, and I'm gonna just, if anybody I love Mary Maxwell, so I'm gonna use her as an example. And I do recommend that you show at least one of her videos in your class, because the students love her. I usually show her at the beginning, because she talks about getting older in a very comedic manner, and the students love it. So here I can select it. Notice I'm clicking add, and now that video is on my stream, and I can simply say, hello class, you know, um, and view the attached video and comment below. Now, I would probably put more instructions, but I just wanted to kind of show you what you can do. So, and then you would post it, and they get that alert to their emails. And if they have the Google Classroom, they'll also get an alert there. So they're always informed. You won't get this, Ms. Laura, I didn't know that was due. Yes, you did, so it'll let them know that it's there. Also, you can be selective in which student you want this message to go to, and that would be the only student that sees it. Let's say you have several classes going on, and you have a day class that's online, and then you have a weekend class. So let's say they're on our evening class and they're on the same track. You can actually post the two classes at the exact same time. Like, y'all, I don't know why, but this just gets me very excited. So just to give you that little small glimpse of what the stream does and how it can be utilized. So other thing I wanted to point out to you is it shows them anything that's upcoming. Notice for this class, we have some workbook assignments that are due. So they can see that, and actually when they click view all, they can see all the different assignments that they've submitted, that's overdue and are coming up. So the stream is very good, like a dashboard for your class. Then you have classwork. So classwork is actually where you would create assignments, all right? So here I'm just gonna show you what type of assignments I've created for this specific class. Number one, we have a review. So what I normally do is I record our reviews and for our exams, and I post it for the class so that they can look at them later on and use it as a study tool. So that's one thing. I even may put a Kahoot review in here so that they can do PowerPoints. If you have students who like to write down things, guess what? They can have every single PowerPoint that you use. You can upload them there, and all they have to do is select them, and they can view them, download them, and print them out. Also, any extra materials, like I told you, teach them, take the crutch away and give them, show them how to walk, right? So I literally showed them, this is your platform, for lecture. This is how you access it. This is how you log in and utilize Google Classroom. I actually record my time with them on orientation, and I post a video. Guess what? That's where they go get their questions answered. Your state handbook can be something that you add, et cetera, et cetera. Any reference materials that you want them to use. You can have them do some PowerPoint presentations as an assignment. Group assignments, which normally for me has some type of video or interactive tool attached to it, and a discussion question. Any interactive games, any open book reviews, workbook assignments, quizzes, and exams, all right? So these are some of the things that you can do in Google Classroom. And again, you can assign them to those students, and it's simple. Once you get to learn how to create them, the different types and forms, it is a piece of cake, y'all. It's so user-friendly. I wouldn't say I'm a tech person, but I can navigate a system that makes sense and that makes it easy for me and for my students, hence why I'm advocating it for you. This is something you can do on your own. Let me just say that. This is something that you can do on your own, and I'm so happy to be able to discuss it with you because I wanted you to kind of know what it could look like and how organized it can be for your school. So let's go back to the presentation and talk a little bit more about the grade side. All right, so now we've talked about the stream, we've talked about classwork, which is where you do your assignments, assigning, and also where your students see what's assigned and complete. And now we're gonna talk about grades. I don't show grades because it does show my students, and I wanna make sure that I provide privacy for them, but I wanted to give you a glimpse of what it can look like. So here, in the grade section of Google Classroom, you will notice that I didn't show it, but here right before, I'm gonna put a little arrow here, right before overall grade, you will have a list of your students right there. Those averages are attached to a student and how they're doing in my class right now. So it will actually do that. Notice on the very top, it actually has what is named, what it's named, like the final, the workbook. It also shows us what score I put, like what is the points that needs to be completed, et cetera, et cetera. It'll also show us, as you can see here, what is missing, what student hasn't submitted, what needs to be graded. When it's green and underlined, it needs to be graded, and what is officially graded. Also, if you have a student that turned it in late, it will show this, um, show that it needs to be graded, but it have late underneath it. So you'll know. If you're very strict on timing on when they should submit it, you'll actually be able to identify it. So in the grading part, I can just go in and grade from this side of the grade and go in a row and look at all of these assignments and grade it. And it actually has the ability for me to copy and run a grade book for my students. So it is a really good feature. There's more to it, but this is it at a glance, and it's simple for you to be able to do. So that is your grade portion. So remember, it does keep a grade book, which is required for us to have that in record, right? Online. It'll do all that for you. All right, so let's talk about some of my clients. Now that you know what platform I use, and I'm actually giving kudos to, that I think you can do on your own, I also want to share with you what I can help you with, just in case you're like, I don't want to do this, Laura, or I do, but I need someone to walk me through it. So I have 3 service areas that I'm offering, and I believe, and I know, it's not even a believe, I know that it will provide solutions for you. So number 1, I have my online platform, which is my MYOL. And here, Deanna is telling you, I so love my clients because they're beautiful, number 1, but also just the different seasons and places where they were when they came to me to utilize the platform. Number 1, Deanna launched her business right in the middle of COVID, so there was no in-person, none, right, allowed at that time. So she used my online platform as a tool to be able to get her students going, get that business going, get those students going. And also I did her full Google Classroom upload of curriculum and exams and things in that nature, so she can get her students rolling. So if you're like, I don't want to lecture them, that's what my online platform is for. Also, part of that process is that Google Classroom upload, where I upload your exams, your quizzes, and consult you and give you some nuggets on other things you can add to make that time more engaging for your students. Also, I have Miss Victoria Davis. She actually just finished my DIY course. This is where you go and you walk through it step by step on your own. So I'm going walking you through it. You're looking at sessions with other clients. And I show you how to do it. With her, we actually started off with some live sessions. You actually can do some one-on-ones with me throughout that time. And now, I mean, her first class, I believe, was 7 students. And actually, she had people coming to her about starting an online program. So she really needed to do this. This was a business move for her. And it also enlarged her capacity and enlarge her territory. Isn't that awesome? I love these ladies. So it was very easy for her. We walked through, she texted me, I'm there. I'm one of those people, like, if you need me, and I'm like, I'm open at that moment, we're gonna talk. I wanna answer your questions so you can get moving and be successful. So this is one, my platform. You can use it also as a lecturing tool with Google Classroom upload. Then I have the DIY course where you're doing it step by step and you learn how to walk through it. And also, let me say, with the use of the platform, I do training sessions with you. So even though you may not walk through it step by step like a DIY, a person who's gone through my DIY course, I do ensure that you know how to utilize it, right? I want you to be successful in that. The third thing I offer is CPM, Complete Project Management. So let's say you don't want to use my platform, you're going to be lecturing your students. Let me go ahead and take care of that for you. And I take care of your full complete project management. I do the Google Classroom. And again, we do sessions where I show you how to grade, how to upload, and how to utilize it and how to engage your students online. So it's not only just your students walking through this, it is also me walking you through how to use Zoom, how to be more effective, how not to talk for 8 hours or 4 hours. How can you break this time up with some engagement? So that CPM is, I don't want to do it, Laura. I don't want to touch it. I'm gonna let you do what you do. Then you want my complete project management. So those are the three things I offer. You can use my platform, which also includes the complete project management, or you have my DIY course that does not include the platform of lecturing. And then you have complete project manager, which is a standalone without the online platform, but I do all of it for you. All right, I wanted to give you some ideas on things that you should do, right? Because I want you to feel equipped to do it on your own also. And I wanted to kind of give you an idea of some things that my students that I've surveyed over time, what they felt was the most impactful thing and what, impressed them. What did they rave about? So here's a few of those things. The review games and exercises. So they talked about that those review games in the lectures environment, gave them the ability to get settled in the class, and it made it easier to learn. So back to our struggle, which they can't learn online, that defies it, right? They talked about that they like the reviews, the group discussions, the PowerPoint presentations, because they're able to work together. So I do recommend, if you do anything online, create moments where you can get them into groups just like you would in person, because it does create this camaraderie, right? This connection that normally would happen in class in a virtual setting. It can happen. And I see the students after the class be like, hey, can we do a study group? And then even them, when they get to clinical, they're meeting up, that connection has been created because I facilitated that. So I do recommend that you have group assignments. Just feedback on being online. The students talk about, I love being able to get a class online. Love the instructor, which I'm like, kudos to me, and kudos to you, because you're gonna get these same responses. They talked about that they love how they were tested. Now, who ever heard a student talking about they love how they were tested? But they were, they were tested. And actually, I test every chapter. They refer to me. You are a key part of that. The teacher made it easy. They said my classmates, because we had a great time learning together. Again, that connection. And they learned a lot about the environment of long-term care facility and what to expect, which is a part of our objectives per state, right? So they're getting what they need. It's not watered down. If anything, I think it's more potent because I'm putting more effort into what I'm doing, because I want to make sure that they're equipped and they pass that certification exam. Let me not forget the group. So some of the assignments that I did was like a religious group activity where they picked 2 different religions that have different food preferences and practices. And I also tie in the role. Like, what would you do if you had a resident that believed this way? Again, equipping them as much as I can. They also talk about that they were able to work together, and that group activities help them share their ideas. So remember, don't just talk to your students. Create moments where they're able to connect and engage with each other. All right, I am excited. We're at the end, and I'm excited only because I feel like I've empowered you to do what you can do. You can do this on your own, as I've said. Definitely, I'm here if you need me. I have 3 service areas, and I'm actually going to add some more because I feel like from the clients, some people don't know how to navigate, how to even get their exam started. So there's some other things that I want to offer you and ensure that wherever you are, I can provide support. Number 2, you have the platform, right, that you can use as a lecturing tool for your students. You have my DIY course where I'm walking you through step by step, but you're doing the homework. You are uploading and getting your Google Classroom situated. Last but not least, complete project management. That's me taking it off your shoulder. I am your partner, and I do the work. I do what I love to do, and I show you how to utilize it. So those are the 3 service areas that I'm able to offer you during this time, and I can't wait to hear from you and hear, yes, Laura, I need your help, or hey, Laura, can you, this is what's going on. you know, maybe is there something more unique that I can offer you? Or maybe it's a more of an encouragement, because I will encourage you through this process. The table is big, y'all. It's larger than life. There is no competition here at the table. There's so many of us that need to be in this, right? Because we have a shortage and we need high quality care workers. So we need to all be in it. I want to see you succeed, and I will celebrate with you. I'm telling you, I am your cheerleader as you do it, regardless if you use me or not. Let's stay in touch. My email is info@lauradwilliams.com, and it's LORA D. Williams. My number is 512-618-5433. Also, check out my website, myonlinecnaplatform.com. Thank you so much. You have a blessed day.